What is this guy doing with a knife up to a car? Should the police be called about this? And all right, what a chimpanzee looks like a giant wall mural. Oh, Wrap Garage. This is where I got my Z06 wrapped by Brian. Well, the front end got PPF'd, the whole front clip, and man, am I glad it did. Let me tell you more about it. Welcome to Road Odyssey. Thank you for joining me. And if you like the videos that I provide, please subscribe. And if you're on Rumble, please follow. Remember, I have my Facebook page. You can join me there anytime you like. Wrap Garage, south of Greenville on I-30 as you go towards Caddo Mills. It is peopled by a great crew, and I am serious, a great crew, headed up by Brad and Jeff. This place takes on fantastic projects, of which I will need to do a subsequent video. And yeah, they will definitely personalize your ride. So I went out there to get PPF on my Z06 and very glad I did. Ryan did the job, and let me tell you, it's an A+ job, just like what Better Business Bureau says. This place is fantastic. So let's ride on out and see what it's like. I did give a call and I scheduled a meeting. So this is what it's like kind of pulling up into the driveway at this very moment. Needs a little work, so if you're in a sporty car like I have, please be careful. And just pull right up front, go inside, and introduce yourself. They will have your, I guess you'd say, run-of-the-mill jobs like police, sheriff, and then they will have some not-so-typical jobs. They do everything. And like I said, wall murals, all kinds of stuff. Here is the big sign out front of their building. The exits are going to be pretty far before you see this. Once you see this sign, you're going to pass it. Wrap Garage is a cool place, and there are lots of vehicles that they tend to have come and go out front that are just really fun to look at. So let's traipse inside and see what that looks like real quick. Inside the front foyer, if there is not somebody at the front desk, you might wait a second, but I can guarantee you can walk around the corner. There should be somebody at a desk that you could ask for help. For the PPF, I had to drive up to this side garage. And here is a quick look inside. Before anything happened, Michaela walked the car, took photographs, and verified the whole front clip, the shape, the parts, and everything that can be involved. A super smart lady, and I am very glad she is there. Next up was Ryan. Ryan is fantastic, a super cool guy. And he prepped the whole front end first before doing the PPF. You know, you need a clean surface. So washing it, and then we get into the clay bar and the alcohol spray, all kinds of good stuff to get this car cleaned up, shiny, and ready for that protective film to go on this whole front end. Michaela went to the drawing board, the computer, and loaded up the CAD of the whole front kit clip, and it is quite extensive, let me tell you. There are several pieces involved, and she had to go in and very meticulously add a border to every single piece so that there's maybe not so much good overlapping between one piece and another, but overlapping at edges so that, the outside will not kind of get up underneath it. Especially, say, for example, the hood. But she did a fantastic job, got it all sent to the plotter and cut out. And then she's out at the tables with these big sheets, and she's doing what they call weeding. So they weed out all of the pieces of plastic that they don't want, leaving the portions like here, the hood and the two fender portions out on the table. And this is a good example of her weeding and getting down to the minute small pieces that need to be applied. This is no quick and dirty job. This takes all day long. Seriously, prepare for this. Get your car in there early in the morning, right at 8 o'clock or so that they can get started, especially if it's complicated like a C8 Corvette. As you see, they've got to wash, they've got to, validate the kit, get the kit, plot it out, weed it, get all the pieces, and then begin applying all this stuff at a decent temperature. But even before applying it, like you see here, Ryan is spraying down the area. He sprays himself off. And, it's a very detail-oriented process. It is not fast whatsoever. Furthermore, it's going to take a very long time for this to cure and dry properly. We're in a cold time period, and it takes 2 days for this thing to kind of cure. When I took it home, I put it in the garage, turned on the heater in the garage, not real hot, but I warmed up the garage, had the heater up by the front end of the car, and really helped make this thing cure for another couple of days before getting it out on the road and driving it. While Ryan is applying the PPF pieces, he is using two different sprays. One is sort of it's a water spray with a little bit of soap, just a little bit of soap to make the surface of the car slick. The other is a alcohol solution that will, do the opposite. Peyton, the front desk photographer, all kinds of very important little jobs here. She came by and started doing her photography routine and got my car out there on the internet. That's kind of fun. So she was really nice to talk to. Now for some more clips of Ryan just doing his job and doing it very well, I might add, getting the front hood and the two fender portions onto the car. When it did come time to do the hood, that was a little bit bigger piece, and Ryan was really wanting a second pair of hands to make his life a lot easier. And so I was more than happy to do what little bit I thought I could do. So that was nice. We had a good time. Remember, get there in the morning, let them work during the day. They will leave it in the garage overnight to cure. And if you take the car the next day and it's cold out, get the car home, put it in the garage, and put a heater on it. Not too hot, just enough to keep the car a little bit warm. Otherwise, let them keep your car until they say it's ready to go. So be prepared to not drive your car for maybe 2 or more days, especially if it's cold. Now, if it's hot summertime, that could change easily. But just be aware of this fact. I went back 2 weeks later, give or take. They ask you to take your car back to them so that they can do a quality health check on the PPF. Be aware of that as well. I did not have time to clean the front end of the car, and it was cold, and I really hate the cold. So Ryan was extremely nice, cleaned off the whole front clip. He actually cleaned more than that. He didn't have to, but he wanted it to look good for some photographs that Peyton would be taking. Ryan trimmed up a few pieces. There were one or two little bubbles here and there. I mean, very micro bubbles. Took care of all of that. And as we really looked at the car, he had found one place where the PPF protected the front end from a rock chip already. With the health check completed, they asked me to take the car around to the side of the building and try to get some beauty shots. The sun was in a terrible position, and I kept moving the car closer and closer to the building. I think we ended up getting some decent shots. What do you think? And I hope you enjoyed this video. Remember, Wrap Garage, just south of Greenville, between Greenville and Caddo Mills, right off I-30. And please, relax, take it easy, and I will see you later. Bye.